MrBeast's companies are facing a legal challenge of their own.
MrBeast nice off camera. I assume you guys just always wondered, so thought I would ask. P Green, I'll be real with you. I ain't answering that.
Actually, I really wasn't. I just wanted like help. Comes in the room and he goes, "You absolute fucking get back in that fucking room, or I swear to God, Turner. Jesus Christ, how many fucking times do I have to tell you how to edit this video? What are you, a fucking..."
MrBeast is catching huge backlash right now, and the wild part is that a lot of the criticism is coming from people who were once close to his own team. The drama keeps getting messier, and fans are stunned by how far these claims supposedly go behind the scenes. Several former employees have now spoken out, describing what they claim was a tense, exhausting, and difficult work environment that most viewers never saw.
Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. You saw the title, you know what it's about. Here we go. We're just gonna dive straight into it. So as you may have noticed, you probably, if you're a MrBeast fan, you probably have noticed I have not been in the videos as of late. My piece no longer fit the puzzle.
According to these former team members, this allegedly was not just some one-time situation. They claim the pressure kept building again and again while the channel was exploding across YouTube and social media. What makes the whole situation even more shocking is that some of these stories supposedly trace all the way back to the early days of MrBeast's rise online. Several familiar faces from those older viral videos later spoke out about why they really stepped away from the team, and some of their claims nearly sparked major damage to MrBeast's public image.
If that's the best way to put it. I had shown up, you know, I had done everything I was asked to do. I did it to the best of my ability. I helped the channel grow. When I joined, it was at 4 million. And when I left, I think we had just passed 30 million. But it was a mutual leaving. I had already I'd already told them multiple times, you know, what I wanted to do was kind of be my own boss, do my own thing. You know, I like streaming. I like being able to get in front of the camera and entertain people through playing video games or whatever it is. I wanted to be able to make my own videos. You know, I wanted the opportunity to travel and to go places. You know, me and MrBeast, me and Jimmy did not have any type of falling out. There was no argument. There was no bashing. There was none of that. It was very mutual because it was something I was already contemplating, you know, not if, but when this was gonna happen, and it kind of got spent.
Fans once believed the crew was simply a tight group of friends having fun and making crazy videos together on camera.
MrBeast's companies are facing a legal challenge of their own, just as Jimmy Donaldson himself took the stage at the Time 100 Summit as one of the world's most influential people.
But after rumors about behind-the-scenes tensions started spreading online,
no hard feelings anywhere, and the fact that I was able to be a part of one of the best YouTube channels in the world, you know, and learn from one of the best and be a part of the best, you know, and kind of put that on my resume and kind of check it off is amazing. Now it's time. I want to move on. I want to start my own brand. I want to start my own thing. I want to do my own thing, you know, and I really want to just push and, you know, kind of be my own person, my own thing, my own brand. You know, I really want to do all that. I have parted ways with MrBeast and the MrBeast channel. It's now time for Jake the Viking take.
people began viewing the entire brand in a completely different way. And recently, the situation has become even more chaotic. MrBeast was also reportedly hit with a lawsuit from a former employee involving serious claims connected to workplace conduct, which quickly sparked even more controversy across social media.
Everyone just kept giving me the runaround. Like, hey, why am I not this or why am I not this? They're like, oh, we're doing a new strategy or we're doing this, doing that. No one would ever give me like a straightforward answer, but I was still getting paid.
They was paying you, but you wasn't working.
I was sent home streaming. And then finally April, they hired an HR lady. So I told her a bunch of the issues that I had with the company, some of the wrongs that had been done. I get a call from her. She goes, hey, we're ready for your follow-up. I was like, is it good or bad? She goes, it's a follow-up. And they straight up hit me with it's one of those, your piece doesn't fit the puzzle and it's brand protection because you did a brand deal with a CBD company.
The allegations were so explosive that the internet immediately became obsessed with the story, and social media started going wild with reactions. Back in the early days of the channel, Jake the Viking was easily one of the biggest fan favorites and a major part of the crew's image online. So when he suddenly left the team in early 2020, fans were seriously confused almost overnight. His goodbye video ended up pulling in more than 18 million views, showing just how popular and important he had become to the audience.
It had only been 4 months, and I was like, all right, obviously.
Yeah, something going on
Something's
here.
going on. Like no one can give me straight answers. I had even texted Jimmy at one point. He goes, yeah, let's talk. You know, this like Thursday or whatever. Never heard back from him. I was like, all right, well, since I keep getting asked for 4 months, why aren't you in videos? Why aren't you in videos? So I was messaging Daryl, because Daryl again was the only person that would actually have a conversation with me. I messaged Daryl and I was like, well, is it cool if I make a video kind of like explaining what all happened so I can just tell people to go to that? He goes, yeah, you'll just have to send it to me for approval. I was like, all right, cool. So the video that you see on Why I Love MrBeast had to get approved by Daryl. And so I posted that with no idea it was going to blow up the way it did. For a little while, if you just typed in MrBeast in the YouTube search bar, my video was the first thing to show up. And then all of a sudden, it disappeared. The views disappeared on my channel as well after that, but that's fine. 1.7 million subscribers with really good thumbnails and titles, and my video can't even get 10,000 views.
At first, Jake made it seem like everything behind the scenes was completely fine. He publicly told fans there was no bad blood between him and MrBeast, and said they were still on good terms after the split. A lot of viewers believed him too, especially since his exit looked way smoother compared to some of the other former crew members who left later on. In his original goodbye video, Jake mostly talked positively about his experience and barely threw any shade at all. Back then, MrBeast still had the reputation of being one of the best creators to work with on YouTube. Fans fully bought into that image, and from the way Jake explained things, MrBeast came across as supportive, respectful, and easy to work with behind the camera. But as time passed, fans started noticing little changes in Jake's tone during live streams and online chats. He began making comments that subtly hinted maybe everything was not as perfect as it originally seemed, and those small remarks quickly caught people's attention online.
MrBeast paid for my rent every month when I lived in North Carolina, and he said, all right, you can live here as long as you want. You can literally stay in this like pretty expensive apartment just until you feel comfortable leaving. Don't feel like you're in a rush. Stay as long as you want. Stay for months if you want to. It doesn't matter to us. They're still paying me right now. I'm still technically working. I'm not going to give like any numbers or anything. They said we're still going to pay you for a while, and that is basically funding my trip to backpack across Asia. He's saying you don't have to work for me, but I'll still pay you, and because of that, I hope that lets you live in LA, go to college, backpack Asia. Whatever you want to do after this, I want to set you up for that. And the job is still an amazing job. If you have the opportunity to get this job that I had, totally take it. It's a lot of fun. It was basically just like a friendship, and going to work was a blast each and every day.
Some of Jake's comments were pretty subtle, but viewers instantly noticed the shift in his attitude and started paying close attention. This is where the internet really became locked into the story. At first, Jake told everyone there was no drama, no tension, and absolutely no issues with MrBeast or the crew behind the scenes. But later on, he started hinting that the version fans see on camera might not fully match what actually happens when the cameras are off. That sudden change immediately made people suspicious online. Some viewers accused Jake of chasing attention and stirring up controversy for clicks, while others believed there may have been hidden tension the entire time that he kept private while still tied to the brand. Either way, fans started questioning which version of the story was actually true. As more clips from Jake's live streams spread across social media, people became even more curious about what may have really happened inside the MrBeast crew behind closed doors.
All I've seen is people praise MrBeast, whether that be just people around me, people online. Everyone's like, this is the best guy on the planet. And while he is definitely a good guy, I'm not going to take anything away from his charitable efforts that he's done. It does get annoying when the person that everyone knows as a saint, you know as someone who's the complete opposite. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind, just like actors, MrBeast and Jimmy Donaldson are two different people. This is basically just a compilation of all the videos MrBeast made thus far on his channel of him giving away money, adding up to him hitting $500,000. It's like, I want you to get every time I've ever given away money, add it up in the corner, and it should equal $500,000. I was like, this isn't gonna work because you clickbait. He'd be like, no, I swear, I did the math. I was like, all right, man, for sure. 8 hours passes by, I finish editing the video, and instead of the $500,000 he wants it to hit, it's maybe $410,000, and I'm like, Jimmy, clickbait is a thing you need to take into consideration. It came to a point where he's like, you know what, just start over, man. Deletes the project file, is like, start from scratch. Even if you delete the project file and make me restart and make me recut up all these clips, I can't make this equal $500,000. I am going insane. I don't know how you want me to do this.
Fans quickly started comparing Jake's newer comments to the things he originally said in his farewell video, and the difference was hard to ignore. At one point, he was praising the team and saying everything ended peacefully with no issues at all. But later, he began making vague remarks that made it seem like there could have been a completely different story happening behind the scenes the entire time.
By day like 5, when he comes in and does basically the same thing and just scraps my whole video and asks me to do it again, I'm like, dude, let me take a walk, man. I specifically walked to a good friend who worked there at the Times office about 30 seconds away. And I'm like, dude, I don't know what to do right now. I can't edit this video for like another day. He wants me to come in on the weekend and do the same thing. I'm literally gonna go crazy. And that's when Jimmy hears me talking about how aggravated I'm getting with the situation and apparently like talking shit behind his back, which I really wasn't. I just wanted like help. Comes in the room and he goes, you absolute fucking get back in that fucking room, or I swear to God, Turner. Jesus Christ, how many fucking times do I have to tell you how to edit this video? What are you, a fucking...
Things became even more intense once internet communities started digging through old interviews, tweets, live streams, and even deleted clips looking for signs that tension may have been building behind the scenes for years. Some people believe Jake stayed quiet at first to avoid public drama and protect relationships connected to the channel. Others think his tone only started changing after MrBeast's reputation began taking heavy hits from multiple controversies online. But Jake was not the only former crew member sending mixed signals. After his comments started spreading everywhere, several other ex-employees also began opening up and sharing their own experiences online.
One video I was in, I got paid a lot for it, but it didn't come out. It didn't come out because it didn't go well. It was the surviving like $10,000 every day you survive in solitary or surviving solitary for whatever. It got a lot of media attention because everybody saw the premise and thought, what? You shouldn't do that. People don't know that was the second attempt. The first attempt was on me, and it didn't go well. They weren't turning the lights off. You know, I asked them, I said, can we like have like nighttime hours? And they said no, because it would fuck up the time-lapse shots. The time-lapse of what, me sleeping? Or me not sleeping? Okay, I got no access to sun, I got no access to clock. The lights are on me all the time. I wasn't sleeping, I could not sleep. And I have insomnia problems now. They might have started there. I had a lot of good people looking out for me saying, this, we gotta stop. I just wanted to turn the lights off. And I'm vocalizing to people, I wish the lights would turn off. And I go up to my friend, my good friend, and I go, they're not turning the lights off. He goes, what? That's a war crime. We're not allowed to do that to terrorists. Oh, good. 24 hours breaking the Geneva Convention, I guess, is what we're doing. And he goes, ask me why I have 2 briefcases. And I'm like, why do you have 2 briefcases? And he goes, oh, because this one's for today, you know, and this one's for the challenge. And I go, what's the challenge today? He goes, you're gonna run a marathon. You're gonna do the 22.6K, whatever it is, and you're gonna do it on that treadmill over there. People who run marathons train forever, and it's still hard. Ryder, do I look like I run? I don't run, let alone a marathon.
Did you try to say no? Like, did you have a choice, or?
There was so much pressure to just do it, just do the thing, you know? I wanted the cash, and so I started running at 12. I was able to take some breaks, and I asked him, how long do I have? He goes, until I get back. And I'm running until 3 a.m. All right, I got off the treadmill. Oh, the blisters I had on my feet were like, you wouldn't believe, just all over, just these big red. I couldn't walk. My muscles were like just the lactic acid. I got off the treadmill, and then the people that came in to like ice my feet, you know, make sure I was good. Then that's when I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm out.
What made the situation seem even stranger was how similar the pattern looked almost every single time.
Former employee Lorraine Mavromatis filing a federal lawsuit in North Carolina, claiming she faced discrimination, retaliation, was required to work while on maternity leave, and was terminated within a few weeks of returning to the job, told she was too high caliber for the position. NBC News spoke with Mavromatis today in a broadcast exclusive.
I do not want to be silenced anymore. I really want to use my voice.
In the complaint, she alleges that she rose quickly inside the company after starting in 2022, but after recent concerns about sexual harassment, was demoted and transferred into what the lawsuit calls a division where, quote, careers go to die. MrBeast spokeswoman responding to NBC News, saying Mavromatis' position was eliminated as part of a restructuring, adding in a statement, quote, "This clout-chasing complaint is built on deliberate misrepresentations and categorically false statements, and we have the receipts to prove it. There is extensive evidence, including Slack and WhatsApp messages, company documents, and witness testimony that unequivocally refutes her claims. We will not submit to opportunistic lawyers looking to manufacture..."
A lot of former workers initially spoke positively about MrBeast in public interviews or videos, but later started hinting at serious problems or criticizing the environment behind the scenes. One former employee who attracted major attention during all of this was Saw Turner, whose comments quickly sparked even more discussion online.
Lawsuit also alleges Mavromatis was contacted to work while on maternity leave, and that the company never gave her required notice of her rights under the Family and Medical Leave Act.
Jimmy Donaldson himself, he says that you've got to get the job done, and there's no excuses.
Her suit claims she feared retaliation if she refused to work during her leave and was on a work conference call while in the labor and delivery room and traveled to Brazil for a shoot with soccer star Neymar a few weeks after giving birth.
But if Neymar wins, I will donate it to whatever charity he chooses.
No mother would want to leave their newborn baby behind to go to work, especially out of the country when you're breastfeeding your baby. That's the last thing that I wanted to do.
Documents obtained by NBC News show Mavromatis' signature on an employee handbook dated 4 days before giving birth, which laid out the company's maternity leave policies, something Mavromatis says she doesn't remember.
So you never signed any sort of FMLA documents 4 days before you gave birth?
No, I do not recall signing, and I was never informed of my...
He uploaded a now deleted video called "Why I Quit Working for MrBeast," and at first, he sounded pretty positive about his experience with the team. Early viewers believed he appreciated the opportunity and enjoyed being part of the rapidly growing channel and all the success surrounding it. But as time went on, people started revisiting his comments and wondering if there was a much deeper story hiding underneath everything he originally said. Then the situation suddenly flipped in a huge way. Out of nowhere, Turner posted a long tweet that seemed to completely contradict the positive tone from his original video, and the internet instantly exploded with reactions. Fans were shocked because his message described a far darker version of what working behind the scenes for MrBeast allegedly felt like. Turner claimed editing for the channel was one of the most mentally exhausting periods of his life, saying he constantly felt pressured, criticized, and easily replaceable while working with the team. He also claimed the pressure became so overwhelming that it allegedly caused emotional breakdowns and non-stop stress almost every single day. According to Turner, even small editing mistakes could lead to harsh criticism, making workers feel discouraged and blamed, even when certain problems were outside their control. He further claimed that editors rarely received proper recognition for their work, and alleged that some workers felt discouraged from trying to build independent careers after leaving the team and moving on from the channel. According to Turner's statements, there was reportedly concern behind the scenes that giving editors too much public recognition could eventually help them grow successful careers on their own later, and the accusations did not stop there. Turner also alleged that creative ideas were sometimes used without enough appreciation or proper credit being given. He claimed employees faced intense pressure behind the scenes, and described a work environment that allegedly felt impossible to fully satisfy no matter how hard people worked. Turner even claimed staff members were asked to re-sign NDAs while being told these were supposedly their glory days, which immediately caught massive attention online. That entire thread exploded across social media and quickly became one of the earliest major controversies connected to MrBeast's workplace environment. As soon as Turner's comments went viral, the internet instantly split into two sides. Some fans defended MrBeast and argued that operating one of the biggest YouTube channels in the world naturally comes with pressure, tight deadlines, and huge expectations. But others believed Turner's claims sounded far too detailed to completely dismiss, especially as more former employees slowly began sharing similar experiences around the same time. The controversy spread across social media incredibly fast. People reposted screenshots everywhere, reacted during live streams, and debated non-stop over whether MrBeast's polished public image truly matched what allegedly happened behind the scenes. For years, viewers viewed the channel as positive, generous, and entertaining, so hearing accusations about harsh treatment genuinely shocked a lot of longtime fans. What made the situation even more intense was the pattern many people started noticing online. Several former employees publicly praised MrBeast at first, but later hinted at stressful experiences and difficult working conditions after leaving the team. Even with all of these accusations circulating online, MrBeast and his team denied wrongdoing and largely continued operating as normal. And to be fair, nobody outside the situation fully knows exactly what did or did not happen behind closed doors. Many of the claims were also never publicly proven. Still, as more controversies continued piling up over time, a growing number of viewers started feeling like some of these stories no longer seemed impossible to believe. Turner originally claimed he never even wanted to make a full video talking about his experience working with the team. But later, after feeling frustrated over what he believed was a lack of accountability, he uploaded another video to his channel before eventually deleting it as well. Fans rushed to watch and repost clips before the video disappeared completely, which only made the situation feel even more dramatic online. What confused a lot of people was how many of the same individuals criticizing MrBeast later had once publicly praised him non-stop in older videos and interviews. That is one of the biggest reasons the internet stayed so divided over the controversy. Some viewers believe these former employees were finally speaking honestly about negative experiences they had quietly kept hidden for years. Others thought the timing looked suspicious and possibly connected to online attention, viral views, and social media traction instead. Some people even argued that things may have actually been peaceful when these creators first left the team. Back then, they still benefited from being associated with one of the biggest creators on YouTube, and videos like Why I Left MrBeast naturally attracted massive traffic online. But once that attention started fading and they were no longer closely connected to the MrBeast audience, critics claimed the tone suddenly shifted in a major way. That is when more serious expose-style videos, live stream discussions, and criticism began flooding all over social media. At the same time, many fans argued that multiple former employees describing similar experiences was not something people could just ignore forever. Even if every single allegation was never fully proven, viewers kept noticing repeated complaints involving pressure, stress, exhausting work hours, and harsh treatment behind the scenes. That pattern alone was enough to keep the controversy trending non-stop across YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. Supporters defended MrBeast by pointing out that unhappy former workers exist in almost every entertainment company, especially when massive productions, deadlines, and millions of dollars are involved. But critics pushed back hard, arguing that the growing number of stories made the situation feel much bigger than just a few frustrated ex-employees venting online. Over time, MrBeast's reputation slowly became tied not only to huge viral challenges and giveaways, but also to ongoing questions and speculation about what may have really happened behind the camera. Then came one of the biggest controversies yet. Dogpack 404 released a huge documentary-style video accusing MrBeast and his team of several serious problems allegedly happening behind the scenes. The claims included accusations about stage challenges, misleading editing, toxic workplace behavior, and unsafe production environments tied to certain shoots and large-scale videos. The video also included allegations connected to how some production participants were reportedly treated, and the backlash online exploded almost instantly. Many people believed the controversy had the potential to seriously damage MrBeast's reputation if any of the accusations were proven true. For a while, massive numbers of viewers fully sided with Dogpack's claims, and YouTube drama channels covered the story non-stop across social media. But later, the situation took another huge turn. Reports began spreading online that parts of an unreleased third video allegedly included false or misleading information. As soon as those rumors hit the internet, people immediately started questioning Dogpack's credibility, and almost overnight, the online conversation started shifting once again. Some viewers argued that if major details in one part of the expose were inaccurate, then it naturally became harder to fully trust some of the earlier accusations too. Still, one section from Dogpack's content continued grabbing huge attention online. It focused on an interview with former employee Jake Weddle, whose story many viewers described as one of the most emotional and unsettling accounts connected to the MrBeast team so far. A lot of people online felt Jake Weddle sounded genuinely emotional while talking about his experience behind the scenes. If events happened the way he described them, many viewers understood why the reaction across social media became so intense. At the same time, internet culture moves incredibly fast, and people also know controversies can sometimes become exaggerated online because drama attracts clicks, attention, and huge amounts of traffic. Because of that, some viewers stayed skeptical about Jake's claims, since most of the publicly discussed evidence mainly came from his own personal account and interviews. But while people were still debating that entire situation, another controversy suddenly exploded and completely shifted the conversation online: the Ava Chris Tyson situation. By that point, almost everybody on the internet already recognized the name Ava Chris Tyson because of how closely tied the creator was to the MrBeast brand and audience. Ava had been one of the most recognizable faces connected to MrBeast ever since the early days of the channel. MrBeast even once described Ava as his very first subscriber, showing just how closely connected the friendship and brand had been from the very beginning. That is exactly why the backlash that exploded in July 2024 shocked the internet so intensely. Allegations surfaced accusing Ava of having inappropriate online conversations with young fans over a long period of time, and social media instantly erupted with reactions and debate. Thousands of videos, live stream reactions, and heated discussions flooded the internet almost overnight. As screenshots and additional material continued spreading online, many viewers believed the accusations appeared extremely serious. Because of that, Ava faced massive criticism across nearly every platform. On top of the allegations, Ava was also criticized for allegedly interacting with content connected to internet artist Shadman, a creator who has faced heavy backlash online for controversial artwork involving young-looking characters. That controversy only made the backlash grow even larger, and the internet quickly started asking one major question. Did MrBeast know anything about Ava's alleged behavior behind the scenes? Since Ava had been one of his closest friends and one of the longest-running members of the crew, many people began wondering how much the team may have known over the years. Not long after the backlash reached its peak, Ava released a public statement addressing the controversy. In the post, Ava apologized to anyone hurt by past jokes or online behavior, while also announcing a decision to permanently step away from MrBeast-related projects and social media platforms. But instead of calming things down, the response sparked even more debate because many viewers felt the statement avoided directly admitting any serious wrongdoing. Ava also denied allegations involving inappropriate behavior and pointed out that one individual frequently mentioned online had publicly rejected some of the accusations being spread across social media. Alongside those denials, Ava apologized for old jokes, immature behavior, and past posts that upset people or were viewed as offensive by viewers online. The statement also claimed critics were combining separate controversies together in a way that created a far more damaging narrative. Ava further stated that the humor and behavior from earlier years were immature and unacceptable by today's standards, while claiming there had been efforts to grow, learn, and improve over time. Even after the statement was released, though, the internet refused to calm down, and many people argued the apology sounded extremely careful and heavily calculated. Others argued that stepping away from the MrBeast brand and public projects was already a huge consequence on its own. Either way, the backlash continued growing rapidly across social media. Because Ava had been such a major part of the channel for so many years, people started questioning whether possible warning signs had been overlooked behind the scenes. Critics demanded answers non-stop, while supporters argued MrBeast should not automatically be blamed for another person's alleged actions without clear proof or evidence. Eventually, MrBeast released his own public response to the controversy. He stated that Ava had been removed from the team and made it clear that he did not support inappropriate behavior connected to the allegations being discussed online. The statement spread across social media almost instantly, with fans analyzing nearly every word and sentence for hidden meaning. From a public relations perspective, many viewers believed this was likely the safest move MrBeast could make to protect his image and business. Some viewers wanted a long emotional video response, while others believed keeping things brief and distancing the company from the controversy was the smarter decision. Later on, MrBeast also mentioned an internal legal investigation while continuing to say he had no prior knowledge of the allegations before they became public online. Even now, huge questions still surround the entire situation, and people continue debating non-stop about what MrBeast may or may not have known beforehand. Some critics believe it would have been difficult for someone so close to Ava for so many years to know absolutely nothing about the behavior being discussed online. Others argue there is still no confirmed public proof showing MrBeast knew about any alleged inappropriate conduct before the controversy became public. And while that drama was already causing major damage to his reputation, another controversy soon appeared that many viewers considered even more serious. A former employee reportedly filed a lawsuit connected to allegations that threatened MrBeast's entire public image and business reputation online. This situation felt very different to a lot of people because, unlike typical YouTube expose videos or social media threads, the claims reportedly moved into legal action almost immediately, making some viewers take the accusations much more seriously. According to reports, the lawsuit was allegedly already in progress before major interviews, reaction videos, or viral online discussions even started spreading everywhere. That is why some critics questioned why parts of MrBeast's team supposedly framed the situation as somebody simply chasing clout online. To many observers, The situation looked far less like ordinary YouTube drama and much more like a serious legal battle unfolding behind the scenes. As news about the lawsuit started spreading, even major mainstream media outlets began covering the controversy, and that alone showed just how serious the situation had become. Supporters of MrBeast argued that accusations by themselves should never automatically be treated as proof or confirmation of wrongdoing. But critics pushed back hard, saying the growing number of former employees speaking negatively about the alleged work environment behind the scenes was becoming harder and harder to ignore. For years, MrBeast built one of the most positive and powerful brands on YouTube through massive giveaways, charity-focused videos, and giant productions watched by millions of people worldwide. Now, instead of only talking about viral content and challenges, people everywhere were debating allegations tied to his team, workplace culture, and how productions were allegedly handled behind the scenes. A lot of viewers have been watching closely because this controversy feels very different from normal internet drama or creator feuds. The person making the allegations reportedly does not seem focused on becoming an internet celebrity or chasing viral attention online. Instead, the situation moved directly into legal territory, which is one of the main reasons many people started taking the accusations more seriously. At the end of the day, though, nobody fully knows how everything will play out yet, and the internet still remains completely divided on MrBeast. Some people believe former employees exaggerated stories for attention, clicks, and online views. Others think the repeated accusations could point toward deeper issues that may have been happening behind the scenes for years. Either way, the entire situation continues getting messier with every new controversy and discussion that appears online.